Roll up, roll up.
We don't start late.
I didn't know.
That's why I was like, why the hell is there nobody in there?
I apologize. I didn't look at my phone. I was being polite.
All right.
Text more.
No.
This here is open mic, and here's how it works. A lot of folks, they see Alkali and me doing my thing up here, and they're like, oh boy, I wonder what that's like. I wish I could do that. This is your opportunity. Now, we are going to take these off because we have performed together. We are fully vaccinated. We're going to be sitting down here.
Oh, this will be good.
Wait till things settle down just a little bit in the back there. This is your opportunity to get up here. We're going to give you roughly 3 minutes. You do whatever you want to do. Let's keep it civil, though. There are some brands of humor that don't float very well in furry fandom, and I don't think I have to explain myself.
Very glad.
This is a very, very strict no-heckling zone. If you are not on the stage, you are not part of the performance, you keep your mouth shut. This is intended to be the friendliest audience, the easiest audience that folks are ever going to have. If it's their first time up here, it's the very least we can do. So we'll give you about 3 minutes. If you start going over 3 minutes, one or both of us may stand up down here. That's just going to be a quiet signal that you're running low on time. And if you really start running over time, we might actually have to say, look, we got to get this rolling. For safety's sake, we typically hand microphones around. We're not going to do that. We've got 2 microphones up here. They're kind of set at 2 levels. One's a little bit low, one's a little bit high. You can adjust them if you prefer. We do recommend hitting a shot of hand sanitizer before and after you do so. We will be changing the microphone condoms in between. So if you use this one, and the next one uses that one, that means I'll come up here and just swap out the condoms here. Any questions on how this is going to work?
How are we supposed to laugh if our mouths are shut?
Through your nose. Good luck. We do have a question. Yes?
Do you have, the plus-size microphone condoms for, plus-size microphones?
These are.
We don't need those. We have an air compressor. We have technology. All right, so a few little pieces of advice before we do this. First off, some of you are going to come up here and you are going to be near and dear to my heart, and you're going to tell a story, and I can't wait to hear that. But I would like you to remember, if you're doing a comedy story, that punchline that you know is going to kill, it's going to kill. But if it takes you 3 minutes to get to your first laugh, your set is not going to go well. Remember, if you are telling a story, you need what's called punch-up. You need to get us to that punchline, keep the audience with you, throw in a joke or two as you go. I don't want to hear the room was cold. I want to hear that it was as cold as a witch's tit in October, which in Chicago is quite cold. Like a witch's tit in October. That is what we're going to be looking for, explanations. Don't give us what we are expecting. Always go for the obscure. Always go for the laugh. Get to the end of your story.
Yep. We might have 1 or 2 words of feedback. We don't always. If we like what we see, actually, no news is probably good news, I guess. Yep. So we'll be down here enjoying our evening libation.
Yes.
And so, once again, if you're in the audience, you're allowed to laugh, you're allowed to applaud, but don't become part of the show. You want to be part of the show, put your hand up, you can come up here next. Yep. Unless if you have arranged it with a friend, because there are certain circumstances where a person in the audience serves in the role of what has traditionally been known as a stooge.
What is that?
I thought you only called me that when we were having special alone.
I guess you want to come up first, don't you? Let's do it. Come on up.
My friend, can I introduce you? What is your name?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to be introduced. I don't care if I know your name. I need to call. I know.
It's not like that
Same
guy.
thing that you called me last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, whore!
It doesn't always work the way you want it to. He set that one up. Hey, so I'm going to be actually being the stooge for
I thought you only said that to me when you were done. No? We're just whore dropping all the time now? And I'm pregnant and it's yours. Is this the reason why that last chick in that last panel stopped talking to you? Or is it because you wanted to punch up that punchline and just get them there? I mean, it doesn't always work that way, honey. Sometimes you have to, work into it. I'm just saying. So, hi, my name is Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Thank you. So, how's everyone's plague? Yeah, that's about what I figured, So I have pre-existing, let me try that again without the cock in my mouth. So I already have pre-existing mental conditions. It's only gotten worse because we're all stuck at home because of this plague. And it's not made any better by the fact that I work for customer service. Oh yes, I hear the groans. It is that bad, I promise. But I get a special brand of customer service because I service bank accounts for a bank that serves mostly the military. So you have like straight white male privilege plus, First Sergeant so-and-so, blah, blah, whatever. When I say jump, you say how high. And I'm a cunt. It just does not work. So I'm like, yes, no. I can't waive any more fees. Can I talk to your supervisor? I'm the highest position at this level. I can give you a manager callback. And of course, that is never good enough for them. But what can I say? I think that the pandemic has taught us a lot of things, though. And going back on the whole mental thing, I find myself sometimes, and it's just insane, because I'm always having, that constant inner dialogue. And we find that, I don't know, I'm just arguing with myself a lot. And so, I don't know, do I win or do I win? And which I is, it's confusing. But here we are nevertheless. Wait, okay, so you wrapped it up. There's a condom. Was I supposed to take the face condom off?
You are fine to take your face condom off while alone on the stage.
Okay, but should I have, done a sexy dance?
You're wearing a chin diaper right now.
And
I will do what?
You're nearly out the time.
That's not what you said last night.
You used that
Yes, and you used me already, but you weren't complaining about it.
Touché. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I like the Ron Burgundy thing, by the way.
Okay, I thought you were putting it in.
The Ron Burgundy runs deep over here.
You're the
Oh,
doctor.
I am such an alcoholic, it's not even funny.
Okay, you should
I'm
go
a
back to the
top.
hole.
You'd think I'd be able to use that.
We wouldn't think you were a top.
Not very bad.
Well, that's what you get for thinking.
Adonai Leolam Yuli Rosonim. Some of them got it.
All right, we are looking for our next performer. Who would like to go second? I saw this hand shoot up right here. Come on up. How can I introduce you?
I did have a question. Because
Nathan.
Nathan, go ahead and take the stage.
Isn't this one?
Use that
Whichever
one.
one you want. Use this one here. Because
Even if it's not there. I
Okay.
can't.
All right. Okay, high school is weird. Let me tell you about how I became a furry. So, I was stuck in, what would you call it? Resource classing. Oh, somebody knows. There are a lot of future criminals in resource classing. One guy pretended he was shooting me. Yes. He is not who we are talking about today, though. We are going to talk about the man who introduced me to the furry community. No, not who introduced me, but who introduced me to being a furry. I get onto the computer that he used. There's a bunch of furry porn on it. I'm looking at all this vor and shit on this computer, looking back, okay, I forgot. I'm right in front of the teacher's desk. I'm looking back, making sure this teacher isn't there. I am holding my ass cheeks shut. She is not there. She is dealing with somebody else. I quickly delete this whole folder of furry vor porn. And I'm like, okay, that was hot. I was banned from graduation, possibly because someone dropped the dime. Somebody saw me looking at someone else's furry porn. That's not the real reason I was banned. But it's possibly one of the reasons. But the funniest part, this guy is now in jail for shit, what is it? It's not for furry porn, though. Intimidation. He's in jail for intimidation.
Oh no.
That's a D&D check.
Hey, yeah. Roll D20.
This was probably a crapshoot. This is my first time.
So what that right there is called is truth is stranger than fiction. Because my friend over here just walked up and said, so here's some shit.
Great job. Great
And
job.
we don't
That was
laugh.
funny shit.
Dude, well done. Keep it up.
That was a good shit.
All right. Who would like to try this one next? I saw right here. Shot your hand up. You have your standing. How can I introduce you, my friend?
I'm Dalton.
Dalton. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dalton!
That was a great ride. That was a great ride.
So in my senior year of high school, okay, for some reason, I don't know what the hell possessed me to take this class. I decided to take ROTC. Weirdest few months of my life. Okay, now our class was a mess. Like, there's absolutely no way any of us would survive the actual Navy. Most of my memories from high school come from that class. Like, when we were learning Morse code, there was this kid named Wagner. He borrowed his parents' Jaguar and drove it into a ditch. Commander would not stop giving him shit over it. Like, he said H for what the hell was Wagner thinking driving his parents' car into a ditch? But this was just an old thing. It was like every week something new, something crazy would happen in ROTC. Like, they would play music in between the bells for classes and people would dance to the music. There was this one time we had PT and some idiot got the ball stuck. Like, you know in the gym, like those little things on the top of the ceiling, don't know what they're called? We got the ball stuck. We were throwing our shoes at it. Commander comes in, sees this shit happening. He doesn't even question anymore. We've been in the class 3 months. He's accepted our mess. But someone ties their shoes together. They're stuck. So we are throwing our shoes at everything we can, knocking it down. And Commander gives up on us. I don't think Huffines got his shoes back till that Monday. But man, like, and okay, time to be real here. Commander was I think he was one of my favorite teachers of all time because he would straight up tell you to shut the hell up. He would straight up tell you, I don't care. And he wouldn't take any shit. He wouldn't be like, oh, it's okay. No, he'd tell you to go and do 20 push-ups right there. He doesn't care. If you get in trouble, you're not worried about the principal or guidance counselor, or even your parents finding out. You're scared shitless. Commander's gonna find out. But he really cared. Like if something happened, like if you were going through something at home, or if someone was treating you like shit, it was better to go to Commander because first of all, he would handle shit if they were in the class. Second of all, he would give you real advice. He wouldn't sugarcoat it. He'd tell you, okay, look, I don't really know what else to say because I thought this through more in my head, but now I'm up here, I'm kind of choking right now.
It just clips in from the dot. Now that was not bad. That was not bad. Now that is precisely why we do this little exercise here, to see what it is like. You get up here and the audience is staring at you. That's what audiences do. And remember, this by design is the easiest audience you're ever going to have. So we want you to get up here, take a deep breath, try to relax. We are all on your side. We're rooting for you here. Yeah. No one here is going to see you.
I can promise you all, you will never be the worst act. There was a person not in Furry who participated in an open mic, panicked, and faked that the microphone didn't work for 5 minutes.
Oh no!
You will never beat him. He was the king of bombing. Shut up!
Sorry.
I have also bombed, and Sam is reminding me.
Who would like to try next? I see a hand with a hat. Yeah, you. Come on up here.
Hell yeah! How can we introduce you?
How shall we introduce you?
My name's Nikita.
Nikita. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikita.
All right. So,
my mustache
from my entire life, I've been in Boy Scouts. And I have a good
hair.
friend, his name is Cash Stevenson. He's about 6'7", he has gigantism. One day, we decided to go to Tibbs Drive-In. Tibbs Drive-In is not in the best area. Let's just say that. So we get to Tibbs. I'm in my Honda Civic. I didn't really think to check my gas or my battery. It's an old, crappy Honda Civic. So we get to watch The Secret Life of Pets 2. So during the movie, we're having a good time. The AC is blasting. Well, apparently cars have an auxiliary mode that you're supposed to put them in. So the AC is not running. So you can only use the radio. I did not know this. Let's just say my car decided to die on me. I didn't know if it was my battery or if it was gas because I couldn't get any indicators to come on. So my friend Cash and I are like, we're going to be trapped here unless we go to a gas station or figure out what the hell's going on with your car. So we start walking in a not great part of town along the side of the road. About 20 or 30 minutes of walking later, we get to a gas station. I buy a little canister to get going, and while I'm doing that, my friend Cash is making friends with a seedy-looking man in a van. And this is where it gets really interesting. So he starts talking to him, and I do too, and he's like, oh, if you guys need to just go down the road, if you give me $20, I'll totally let you take a 1.5 mile ride down the road and you're going to Tibbs. And I'm like, yeah, I can go to Tibbs. And he was like, all right. So Cash forked over $20, and I'm sitting in the front seat. He's in the back. There's broken glass back there. The AC doesn't work. It's a Chrysler 300 from '97. So. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. So he's chilling. He's talking about how he's working in the ministry. I'm just like, all right, he seems like a decent guy. He's working for a church. He's like, want to see something cool? And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to see something cool. He opens his glove box and he pulls out a brick of cocaine. I'm just like, that's pretty cool. So there I am, sitting in the front seat of a car with enough cocaine in the glove box to get me to go to jail for a long time. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a lot of weight. Slams it on my lap. Here I am, cocaine residue on my pants. Cash is like, let me see it. Let me see it. I'm just like, dude, we got to get away from this stuff, man. I mean, I have pretty bad anxiety. I was freaking out. My chest was beating out of it. Not a good time. So, as we got to Tibbs, he pulled in, and I was panicking and freaking out at this time. So I got out of the car. Cash and him were still chit-chatting. They got out of the car, and I ran to fill up the gas tank. Tried to turn over my car, and nothing. It was the battery all along. At this point, Tibbs had started to close. It was about 1:30 in the morning. While I was doing that, the guy who gave us the ride noticed I was a bit nervous. So, Cash gave this man my phone number. I did not know this until later in the night. So as time progressed, I found a person that was nice enough to give me a jump, get me started, and I got the hell out of Dodge. Back then, I was in my senior year of high school. My mom really didn't give a shit where I was, I'll just say that. But I get home, it's like 3 in the morning. I'm laying in bed, feeling like it's a pretty successful night. I get a call on my phone. It's like, hey man, I got good batteries if you need to get one. I can get you a good deal, $65, man. That's a really good deal for an Energizer. I'm like, no, I'm good. It's like, if you need new tires or anything, just give me a call. I said, sir, I kindly respect your offer, but never call this fucking number again.
That is a very engaging story.
That was a great story, good punch-up. I can't quite do that with one-handed. Fantastic use of microphone to really accept it. Yeah, I want to see something cool. That was absolutely perfect. Well done there. Honestly, dude, great set. Work on your punch-up in the middle. You've got an entire story there. Keep it up. I want to see you in more of these because that was fun. Guys, give them a round. Also, if we have another brick of cocaine, just send it to me. What's your name?
Camco.
One more time.
Camco?
Camco?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for wrinkle like a friend.
Hi, hey, hi. So I would like to talk about my what was last year's New Year's Eve party. So I have a friend named Nick, and this man is an absolute wild card. Love the boy to death, but God bless America. This man, I will never understand what goes through this boy's head. So he calls me over, New Year's Eve, hello, man, I'm bored over here. We're gonna have drinks. We're gonna have a fun time for New Year's Eve. Come on over. So we go over. We end up getting a couple drinks. I'm over here acting like a kid in the alcohol store because I don't usually drink alcohol, but I'm over here like, what's this, kinky? It's great. Love it. Like, shut up. What are you doing? So we get back to his house. And he's like, it would be a fun drinking game? Let's take a Spy Kids, but take a sip of alcohol every time something campy happens. I said, fuck. Let's do it. And so, so after a rousing night of just watching everything go down, where he's just, he's sipping and he keeps going and going, and until like this man is just completely gone. We decided, hey, and that's the movie. We're like, hey, all right, you want to play? Let's play some board games. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, but he said. So we sit down. We're over here having. We're setting up the table. Another person there. He looks at us like, all right, who wants to shuffle cards? Without hesitation, with like all force of might, he's like, I'm shuffling, grabs them, throws them on the floor, just scatters them everywhere, goes, fuck! And then just has a mental breakdown on the floor. I'm over here dying, laughing, don't know what to do. I'm curled up in a ball, just could not think of what to do. Giggling. So, right after that, we just decided, maybe that's it. I think we're just gonna sit down now and watch the ball drop. Man, we have him fucking sitting over there, fucking asking us like, where do clocks come from? I'm like, I was like, it's all cool, buddy. Just sit down. He's over here singing, whoa, just having a grand old time. And we watched the ball drop, and then he just passed out, like right then and there. And I was like, I love New Year's Eve. Thank you all so much.
You could have had a fun play on words with the ball drop about the same time as your friend dropped there. There was an expression you used at the beginning that I kind of had to do a mental double take on. You mentioned a kid in the alcohol store. I'm like, well, this is Indiana, I know, but... You've been so eager. Come on up here. How should we introduce you? What? Crowley. One more time. Crowley. I'll let you introduce yourself. Because I'm old, I can't hear shit.
Hi there, I'm Crowley, and I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty, okay? Now, there's 3 things I need to preface this with. Number 1, this is a true story, okay? Number 2, I'm straight. I know it's a shock. Number 3, I just became a furry, and this is my first convention. Now, this is a story about my first time ever seeing a fursuit. Now, I moved from Fort Wayne to Indianapolis, and about halfway down to Indianapolis, I realized when I was reading over the listing that they host furry meets every week. I didn't know what that was. So, out of an instinct of panic and survival, I avoided it for about 2 weeks. Third weekend, I said, you know what, I'm going to stay home and maybe they won't molest me. So I ended up staying in my office sequestered away because I'm a YouTuber and I stay off to the side. And I come out of my office because I'm getting thirsty, right? Not like the rest of the furries in the house. So I bust out of my door and what I see right there is just 3 men just like this, and they're eating each other's asses. Okay? They're eating the ass like it's groceries! And they all stop at the same time, and they tense up, and I get worried about the guy behind them. And they just lock eye contact with me at the same time like it's from The Shining, okay? And they're just looking up at me. And all I see is this is the first time I've ever seen a fursuit. Yeah, it was in parts because the head was on one guy and the tail was in the ass of the other. And all I can see is just this blue and white fox head just smiling up at me. And I just can't think to myself, Elmo, will you play with me? And it took everything inside myself to just like go, you know, as I said, I'm straight. So my mama, when I was a young man, she sat me down and she was like, listen, son, you gotta accept and love everybody. So if eating ass and sucking dick makes you happy, then live life to its fullest. So let's hear it for dick and ass. Dick and ass! Dick and ass! Dick and ass! Dick and ass! Thank you.
This was not originally going to be a 17 plus.
Alright, so let's put it this way. That is called going blue. You definitely went blue there. And my friend,
ultraviolet there.
yeah, a little ultraviolet, but you know what? You did that one with style. You skirted that border to the point where both of us had to look to each other, but you finished. And no one vomited. I mean, I swallow too. I got you. Dude, honestly, we came up here. You had insanely high energy. We knew what we were getting into immediately. Immediately. But honestly, you owned the stage and you skirted that line like a pro. So that was really close, but I'm gonna give that a super well done. Like, I like horror movies and you just scared the shit out of me. Like, that's above the stage. God damn it, all right. Who is next? We're gonna go all the way back in that corner. Oh, yep, you're standing up. There you go. Come on up over. I've lost the stairs. The stairs are over here. How can I introduce you, my friend? Matt. Matt? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Matt! Oh, yeah, we're... Thank you. Oh, dude.
So I'm not gonna lie, I don't do this stuff often. I'm trying to do the stuff they recommend of like imagine people underwear. Like I'm terrified of like, I don't want to imagine anyone in underwear, let alone of like many people. No offense, I'm sure you guys all look amazing. But you know how on the school bus, whenever you're going home, you were young, like you would play patty cake with your friend or something else to pass the time. I would do that all the time in class whenever I was that age of like, oh my gosh, sophomore year was amazing. But like, we would sell these little rubber bands and everything else, but no wonder they got banned so fast. Everyone was not allowed to have them because they would use them as firing in the middle of the hallways. Nothing hurt more than one of those things hitting you in the back of the head. And you would turn around trying to defend yourself, you would have no idea where it came from. But like, I would come to school one day fully decked out in them. I got told I was going to get in trouble if I ever brought it again. I swear, I was not taking I was taking a stand. I reached under tables. I paid people $20 under that table. I need a man. I need more. They were worse than anything in the world whenever I entered a room. People would literally hide their heads as soon as they saw me reach under down. I know that sounds bad, I promise. Like, this is not what you thought. It's maybe 17 and up, but this is not 17. Oh, like, this is safe for work, I promise.
Well done.
I have to say the worst thing I ever did with them, though, is whenever I missed the person in the front seat, and nothing scared me more than whenever the teacher turned around. Oh my gosh, she stared straight into my soul. Like, it took everything I had to convince her that it was not me. It was the person next to me, I swear. Like, I saw it all. They got detention and everything else, thankfully. My best friend was who it was. They weren't my best friend after that, they hated me. I used to work at McDonald's. Trust me, it's not as bad as what people say. I mean, it's bad at all, but like, it's not as bad. The true horror is going into the bathrooms. Oh my gosh. I would have to cross my fingers every time I entered them, praying, please let at least the stall be clean. I walked into horror every single time. Never pray for anything. I walk the streets of Subway. They have solo bathrooms. I'll never go to McDonald's bathrooms, trust me now. Especially if it's connected to a convenience store. Oh my gosh. The convenience store people won't even clean it. I'll ask them, what's going on? They'll say, oh, it's third shift's problem. I work third shift. What do you mean it's my problem? I don't know you. I don't know even who did this. This was on your shift, hello. I came in, nothing was done one time. They asked me, what was this? All those stories you see on TikTok, this was it. This was whenever third shift took a stand and didn't do anything. Third shift was never able to take a stand again, holy crap. We got our asses chewed louder than anyone else. The district manager was even called, asking of like, why is it so fucking bad? I had been cornered, asked what was going on. I got told I had no idea about the bathrooms. I swear. What was that? They were dirty? Oh my gosh, they were clean last time I checked. Oh, there was stuff on the wall? Oh my gosh, who would do that? Oh, you messed up your order? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me fix that for you. Like, oh, sorry, we lost your receipt. We're gonna need you to bring that back. Oh, I don't have it. You don't have it. Well, the door's right there. You can go on.
So is third shift always like that? Is that like universal?
Dude, I'm a stockbroker. Yes, third shift is always like that.
Wait, stop.
It's really good for a living. It's horrible.
How about the fluffy one in the front? How would you like to be introduced? I'm Splash the Fox. Splash the Fox. Hello, Splash. Now, it is acceptable, you're not wearing a mask, but the last fellow was having trouble trying to get the mask on. Up here, the nearest person's 20 feet away. It is acceptable to take the mask off when you're on stage. You don't have to. All right, Splash, knock him down.
Yay. Alright, I know what you're thinking. How the fuck did a 12-year-old get in here? First of all, I'm 21, reverse the numbers. I came to tell you what it's like to be short. First off, I'm 5'2". Don't get distracted by the ears, they add 6 inches, but not where it counts. Don't worry, I won't use them, I'm a bottom. Anyway. So I came to tell you about the pros and cons of being short. Pro, everyone thinks you're cute. Con, everyone thinks you're fucking cute. No matter you're angry, you're depressed, no, you're fucking cute no matter what you do. I could set fire to this stage, murder these 3 three fuckers right here, and they'll be like, "Aw, look at him with the little bloody knife. It's so cute." No. So here's another one. Pro. Actually, con. You can't read shit. You can't read shit. You have to parkour up everything. Like if I wanted to reach the dials to turn up this speaker, I'd have to do 3 backflips just to do it. But the pro to that, everyone does everything for you. It's amazing. You just have to say, please. Please. So that's the pro. Con, everyone is stronger than you. Everyone is stronger than you. Pro is in the bedroom. They get to throw you across the room. So that's the pros and cons. Pro, you make suits look fucking adorable. You look so cute in all of them. Although I'm not fucking cute, keep that in mind. But the fucking con to that, it takes you about an hour and a fucking half to get noticed in the front fucking row, raising your goddamn hand, trying to get this chance. Thank you guys, everybody.
Okay, all right, 100% no joking, right there. That was an entire show of Punch-Out. You never just said what you wanted to say. Everything had an addition to it. Everything you said had a joke. That was legitimately incredible. Guys, give them a round. Like, seriously, bump that up to 10 minutes. You have a tight 10 in the making. Seriously, that was outstanding. Thank you again. That was so fun. Alright, we're going to let him know right here. Can I get your name? Dante. Dante, I just realized I'm holding a flask. I'm going to get off the fucking stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dante!
Alright, y'all, how you doing? I really wasn't going to come up here and say anything, but sitting down there, I remembered I do have quite the story to tell. It's about how I noticed that the furry fandom was a thing. God almighty, it pains me to remember this, dude. Anyway, this was however many years back. I'm in about 7th or 8th grade, right? We're in computer science class. Now this classroom is pretty small, only got about 10 people. Desk going an L shape on the wall, and then 2 facing the teacher's desk. I'm sitting in the corner by myself. I got 2 friends sitting over here. But I'm by myself, because as they say on the internet, I'm a socially awkward gay ass. And I hear them start laughing uproariously at the computers, and I'm like, I wonder what they're doing up there. They start yelling for my name. I walk over there, and they're like leaning back in their chairs, like these guys cannot breathe. I look at what's on the computer because they're pointing at it. They can't even talk. And what do I see? They're on Tumblr, right? And this was a couple years back. Tumblr had the good stuff, I'll say. The good stuff. And I walk over there, and I look at the screen, and I see 2 rather buff dragon men doing quite unspeakable things. Quite unspeakable. And I'm just staring at this in awe because they find this funny. I find it mortifying. And I remember, aren't these the only 2 fucking chairs facing towards the teacher's desk? So I slowly turn around to look at the teacher who's been here the whole time. I see him staring dead at the computer. And then we make eye contact. And when I tell you I have never seen more pain or despair in a man's eyes in my entire life. I have watched World War II documentaries, and I have seen shell-shocked soldiers who looked way less impacted than that man. We looked in each other's eyes, and then he slowly lowered his head to his keyboard, didn't say a goddamn word. I tell you, that man needs a raise and a Medal of Honor. And another story I remembered, it was a couple months back, I was with my cousin over here, right? We were at Walmart. That should tell you how bad it's gonna go right there. And we're getting ready to leave, and this guy knocks on the window. He hands us a pamphlet and he starts yelling at us like, "Hey, you get that COVID vaccine yet?" And we both said no because we hadn't got vaccinated yet. And he's like, "Good, read up on this." And I'll read it. And it's about 3 paragraphs about how the vaccine is spliced with human and animal DNA. And at the end it terminates with, "You will become a cyborg/animal." And I'm just like, I can be a goddamn protege. Give me that shit right now. Give me that shit right now. And I just want to say, for the short fellow who's just up here, I am more than willing to give you like 6 inches off my legs, dude, if it was possible, because being tall sucks ass. I can't get in my car. I can't walk into the basement. You know, I'm surprised I don't have a goddamn concussion yet. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Thank you, yo.
That was good. That was an excellent callback to the adorable one at the front here.
That's what I'm talking about.
You could probably have gone a good 15 minutes or so, and I would not have gotten tired of it.
That was funny.
The thing is, how much therapy do you think that poor teacher needed? Yes, he went on a vacation. I think it was called that program. Because it's entirely possible that the teacher's reaction, what you didn't know was there was a fursuit in the closet around the corner. Or he was the artist.
Professor Nottingham was a furry? No.
All right, who else would like to try their hand up here? There's a wavy hand in the back here. Let's do it. Yep. By the way, when we say break a leg, that's an old vaudeville thing. We're not meaning that literally. Don't try. Please.
That's what the dance was for.
Yes, that's for floor wars. Do that.
No, it's not for during this con! Stop it!
Dude, it's not my fault, not my problem, not my con. I don't care. How would you like to be introduced?
Matt to Electric Boogaloo. Matt to Electric Boogaloo.
That works.
Yeah.
Matt to Electric Boogaloo. Let's do it.
Alright, so I want to first say that this is my second convention, or furry convention in general. My last convention was my first. I was at Philadelphia. Crazy freaking experience. I want to tell you a bunch of kind of little like history jokes, you know, kind of little, you know, throw like one-liners or something like that. These little short things. So I'm kind of nervous, but I'm going to try to remember as many things that are funny as possible, and hopefully not too dark humor, because you know I'm kind of into dark humor, so I'll try to keep it okay. So I'm going to refer to my one friend as R, just a letter R. So R and I, we go into our first convention last weekend. First, I was nervous as hell meeting him, and first thing he does when we get into the car, he drips a freaking nasty ass fart, and in the car, as soon as I get in, I'm like, stop busting ass! He's really loud, because he does it just, you know, without even noticing. It's just like sitting in the back and out of nowhere, I just smell it. And just out of nowhere, it's just, what in the hell would you freaking do that the first thing you meet? So it's so crazy, and I'm like, then out of nowhere, he's just freaking just like, hey, you mind if I freaking smoke? And I'm like, good, no, you just busted ass. It's gonna fucking smell 20 times fucking worse. Why would you freaking smoke and then bust ass? Like, what in the hell are you thinking? I'm like, bro, like, what, do you have a death wish or something? Because I have one right now, just smelling your fucking ass farts. So, when we got to our convention and everything was kind of chill, and we just, you know, relaxed the first day. It was really crazy getting there. Like, my grandmother, she's literally like a blind rat or you would also say like a deer in headlights. She has no idea how to drive, and bless her heart, she is very old and she has some dementia, but she is the most distracted woman ever in existence. Like, one time when I was freaking helping her cook, she had to run out of the store and get something. She left the oven on for 3 hours straight, cooking a chicken. I'm down in the basement just playing my video games, and out of nowhere I'm smelling, something smells like cooking. Something smells good, and I go upstairs and I find the chicken literally burnt to a freaking crisp. And literally the freaking house filled with smoke. And I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Like, I literally had almost had to call the freaking fire department. Luckily, I had the freaking fire extinguisher in front of me. No, that's the first time me using a fire extinguisher. I had no idea how to fucking use the thing. So I freaking just scrambling to use the instructions, and out of nowhere, I found out the fire extinguisher is like from 19-diggity-doo. Who knows how long it's in? Because you know how old ladies, they like to keep stuff from long ages, as memorabilia, and literally you just don't know what, in the house works and what not. And also, don't get me counted on her actually, cooking stuff like this been left in the freezer for years and years and years. She literally freaking cooks stuff that she's kept frozen in the freezer for hours and hours and hours. So, God bless her soul, but living with old people and friends that are just, awkward and funny and just crazy, you just gotta just love them. Okay? This is gonna end like as a happy thing. I don't want to end it as, as a funny thing. But, stay humble, love the ones, keep the ones you love close, and just be who you want to be. Embrace yourself. Just love yourself. And love everyone around you. Oh, definitely.
Excellent.
Hey, good job, bro.
Thank you.
Dude, that was fun. I like that.
Good job.
I am not getting anyone pregnant this weekend. I am an expert now. All right. That wasn't woo-worthy. All right, my dear, would you like to come up here? I will pass the microphone down. How may I introduce you? Neil? Neil. Neil's coming down here.
Hello.
Give it up for Neil!
Thank you. You may have seen me going around the con in a wheelchair. It just makes stand-up more difficult for me. So, who here has played D&D? Woo! Oh my God! So many people. Wow. We all love a good D&D story. So, my character in D&D is a finnick fox. Now, we all know how foxes are. A little breeze blows by, his tail is up, he's ready to go. So my character has a problem. He's really good at coming up with ideas, but he has horrible execution. So, great idea. I'm a rogue. How about I steal a golden idol from some orcs? Good idea? Horrible execution. I have a bag of holding. I could have hidden it, but I just put it under my shirt. I walk out. The orcs have appeared. They're very, very angry at me. Now, apparently I can only say family-friendly words.
Oh, that's not the case. Just go for it. We shit all over that rule about half an hour ago.
Outside!
Giving you an extra 10 seconds.
Now Uncle Kage's persona is a cockroach. So I will use the word cockroach because it is a family-friendly word. So I get taken to the orc prison, and being a fox, I would like to have some orc cockroach from the guard that's there. Now, I am very sure about it. Now, our DM is the lovely Crowley that you heard earlier. And as the DM, he has to play the character that my character is trying to seduce.
I hate you!
So he says, his dick is covered in pus and gross
gross liquids. And my fox character says, just more lube. Thank you, someone understands. Now, if you know D&D, you have a 20-sided die. I had to roll over an 18 to not get super orc AIDS. I rolled a 19.
I hate you!
So my character doesn't have AIDS yet. Now I will finish with a story that is about a place that I coined a name. It's called the Wall of Despair. Now this wall is in Crowley's ice dungeon, so it's made of ice. Most of the characters are good climbers, so we climb up the wall, no problem. Now, one character is a rock golem weighing 900 pounds. He attempts to climb the wall, doing great. Unfortunately, he rolls 2 natural ones in a row. For those of you who don't know with D&D, that is called a catastrophic failure. And indeed, there was a catastrophic failure. All of his fingertips ripped out. And he left a bloody trail down the wall and a pool of blood on the ground, very injured. He finally gets up the wall. I decide to be a nice guy. I'm going to go retrieve his fingers. I climb down the wall. I start to pull out the first finger. I roll a 1. Fall to the ground into the pool of blood. This is, of course, when I coined the term the Wall of Despair. So, the rock golem looks down at me and he says, I didn't really need my fingers anyway. And my character looks up at him and goes, you tell me this now! Thank you very much.
That's all true.
Part of that story nearly put me off my feed, I'll tell you.
Kage, you do realize they exchanged the word cock for cockroach in a story about bug chasing. God damn.
We are not going to draw attention to that. We're just going to keep on moving. But that was very clever, I must admit.
I'm so happy right now.
Let's see. You've been on this side of the room a lot. I see 2 arms up here. That doesn't mean you get 6 minutes, but that's fine.
That was fine. Thank you. But I am a sick fuck.
And don't forget your dad. How would you like to be introduced? Blaze Firewolf?
Firewolf.
Firewolf.
Blaze Firewolf.
Blaze! There you go!
Guys, come up for Blaze!
So, I'm an artist, of course, because most of our furries are. And well, things have happened as an artist that have stopped my ability of drawing art for a few days. Like the 2 times I hurt this ankle. So Akira wins down in Charlotte / Fort Mill, South Carolina. Here I was riding the Southern Star, a magnitude that goes upside down. I get off the ride, I want to tell my brother something, and I hit this on the ride. So I really didn't draw for a while, but when I recovered, all was fine. But that's not the only time I've been stifled in my creative ventures. Being a coaster enthusiast, I go to Kinzana a lot, because that's where I live. I'm from Cincinnati, of course. So it's like, my mind's breaking up. So it's like, darn it, I wanted to draw today, but I can't. Like, sheesh. Come on, I just want to draw. I'm also a writer, so the same thing has happened. I've also had times where I tell you, like, I'm tired. I just want to do something else now, but I'm going to keep writing anyway. I've written so much stuff and drawn so much stuff. It's like, one time I wrote about, oh, look, it's some evil beast got to run now, bye! I'm a very original writer. I mix so many different fictional media together into one single story. Especially like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Utopia, that sort of stuff. Back to the art thing.
I end up having days where I'm like, I don't want to draw today, even though I wanted to earlier. So it's like, might as well write down who I want to draw next for next time. I even have a folder on my iPad for that thing. But at the same time, I'm like, there's all these horrible people in the world. And I'm like, hey people, guess what you can't do? You can't write like me, so take that, you jerks. I hate you. I have some strong opinions about some people in my life and other people as well. So sometimes I'm like, fuck you! Like, fuck your beliefs, fuck everything. I'm gonna say, like, trans people are valid in my stories, and there's nothing you can do to tell me otherwise. And yeah, what else can I talk about? I also build things in games like Minecraft and stuff like that, including cities and the games here at Genesis. And there's one city I named Creepy Feet. That is all. See my kind of Sunday at 2 p.m.
That was fun. Sorry, what was the line in the middle there? I have opinions about some people and opinions about others. All right? That was perfect.
I love it.
All right, raise your hand if you still want to go. I just need to get a count because I know how much time we have left. Okay, we're going to try to get through everyone. We do have a lot of people left to go. We're going to go all the way to the back over there, standing up. Come on up. Yep, come on up. How can I introduce you? Gonna need one more time on that. I'm so sorry, friend. It's okay. Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him.
Hey guys, my name is Eric. I actually been to a couple open mics. And I just want to say, first I'll say that it's really great being back at your convention, okay? Quarantine was lovely as fuck. Like, you got all your video chat, join a virtual event, and talk to a petty chip and use napkins for so long. Yes. Okay.
You got it, Eric?
No,
don't be sorry.
This happened the last time at Overmark. Sure you got VR chat, but all it works on PC. I'm a loser, all I got a MacBook. I can't complain. It gets the job done. It looks like got my furry porn on there. There's nice dog tits. I gotta say though, I've actually been pretty disappointed when the conventions got canceled. The first time, hey, you know what, no big deal. There's always next year. Second time, why are we still here? Just a summer. It got me thinking that it's never gonna get better. I'm gonna have to watch the world burn alone. It got me thinking. It got it in my mind. I asked my friends to every time for frequently because it got me in my head, and that's the only way I would get to see my face. It's like that scene from the movie where you put your hand on the screen and slowly slide it down. It got the very mellow music. When will our eyes meet? That's all.
Killer job, bro. The whole trick at the beginning, but damn, you got your groove.
Wow.
That was great once you picked it up.
Wow.
All right, I remember this, but you've been losing the blood in your arm all night. I think it's high time we gave you a chance to get the blood back.
No, I'm saying.
Now I'm going to pay attention. This is your person. How shall I introduce you?
Akira.
Akira, good and easy one to say. Thank you.
How was the non-English one an easy one to say?
Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
All right, so I do got a good couple stories from high school. So I'm originally from Indianapolis. I grew up in the ghetto, did all that fun stuff. I went to a town called Rushville, and it's redneck as all hell. High school, lovely. Nothing better than going through your high school, questioning what your sexuality is and your gender. Then be like, yeah, I think I'm trans, maybe gender fluid. So I start wearing dresses to school. I wear a dress, shave my face, look all pretty, walk through the halls. People are like, oh, she's pretty cute. I'm like, oh, yeah. Then I had one student just come up behind me and just straight slap my ass. I could just like feel the ghetto in me just come out. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? What did you just touch? And I've always had that joke with my friends. I was like, maybe I am just like the Hulk, like Bruce Banner, but just like a big buff black guy instead, just like buried within me. I've always made a lot of race jokes with that school because it's so much easier to do it with a bunch of kids who aren't used to you not really caring what they feel. I've had, some students, drop a lot of words to me, don't care. I say it all the time. I'm in my graphic design class and I have this one girl that I'm good friends with, Jade. We're doing a lyric project. She looks at me, she's like, what's a good word that starts with N? I flip around in my chair, yell out the hard R, and all I hear is this teacher in the back, what did you just say? And I was like, the N-word? She's like, well, you're not allowed to say that. And I was like, just looked at myself for a bit, looked around the class, and I was like, I think I can say it. It's like, last I checked, I at least have some privilege. Went on a lecture about how, we're allowed to watch Roots in school. She's like, well, we're not watching Roots in here. And I was like, well, yeah, we're not watching Roots in a graphic design class, but I mean, there's a lot of white people on that say it more than I do, and I'm half black. But yeah, that class was rough, because we had a different teacher, so I just went through my rebellion phase, because senior year, I don't care anymore. I don't care if I graduate. So every day of my high school was just like, let me crack the most racist joke to see everyone just like tear apart. Let me just watch them all like crumble beneath me as the random 6-foot black girl walks around the high school. What's even better is just working fast food while being trans is just the most interesting thing, because you'll have customers come in there to complain about their food being wrong. Then suddenly you got someone that stuffs their chest to look real nice, and they're just like, yeah, I don't even care about that Big Mac anymore. You're fine. It's like, oh, really? I could just get you a refund. They're like, no, go right ahead. It's fine. I'm good. You're fine. All right, that's all I got.
So right at the beginning of the show, we mentioned that we weren't going to do any race and humor. That being said, that is how it is done. Notice how at no point was that actually race humor that was telling the story of the humor. That was actually, once again, touting that line, and you nailed it. You walked that line the whole time. That was fun. That was funny as hell. Thank you so much, and you are truly a treasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on up. What's your name? I should kill myself? What? It's okay. You're like the fourth person to tell me that today.
Ludracil. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ludracil! Ready? Okay, we got it.
Portrait of landscape.
fine. Hey everyone, so this is actually writing that I did since I want to get back more into writing again. And like, it's mostly poking fun about like how like usually the normies and the Karens are like, oh my god, that's so weird, you're a furry. Well, okay Patricia, you're on your 3rd divorce, so I don't want to hear it from you. So like, it's silly, just like how people are trying to bash us. It's like, why is it such a bad thing? But this writing that I did is mostly kind of poking holes at it and just seeing like kind of ridiculousness of it, of how they're just bashing us for doing something we love. So yeah, and the title of it is Cold Heart, Warm Paws. It's not normal. And can you tell me an animal in this world that is normal? A spider to a fly, they couldn't see things any more differently and abnormal. With a silk of a web expanding across the linework of the house and the buzz of the bees, they couldn't be any more different. Is that not beautiful, instead of simply not normal? Is it not beautiful to know the heart and the soul of a wolf beats in your golden retriever? The golden ray of sunshine and love your child affectionately clings to onto in times of need, as your cold heart doesn't allow them to feel the love a dog gives them? You, who look at a dog and see nothing more than a mutt, but when we see it, we see a friend? It's not right. And what do you know of righteousness? To call us freaks to dress how we'd like in the fursuits that we'd like, to look at something smiling while holding a fursuit, and to think it not right, having your cold heart filled with dread and apprehension. Is smiling not right in your line, and enjoying the warmth of fur, of childhood wonder and imagination blooming forth to the surface and enveloping the world in light? The world isn't right, and that's all right. We see even squirrels quarrel as we do, with black squirrels of Ball State University fighting against brown squirrels for territory. Does this not sound familiar? A battle your cold heart created out of segregation and discrimination simply for being ourselves? Nothing about the furry community is normal or right, and that's beautiful. It's unique. It is ourselves. Before you call us the monsters, look inside yourself. For as you cast your spells and hurl your words, we smile and bow our heads. The discourse is within you, in your cold heart. Next time you think to utter monsters as you look our way, hurl the word into a mirror instead. Thank you.
I liked that.
Yeah, I wrote this like that.
Time we got, by the way. We still have a little bit more time.
Great job.
Oh yeah, you've never done this before. I know, the one in the purple. All right, why not? Come on up here. Because even though you are not, vertically challenged, you're still adorable. See, you didn't corner the market on it. So, what are we going to call you? Serotonin, right? No.
God damn it!
Sorry, Serotonin, there we go.
Give it up for
Alright, thanks guys. This is a new bit of mine, so apologize if the timing's a lot, but let's talk about some drugs. Well, first let me preface that with a question. How many of y'all out here know about MLMs, or multi-level marketing schemes, or pyramid schemes? Yeah, like doTERRA and the Tupperware and Mary Kay, all that crap. Well, the reason I mentioned that is because I had heard of a statistic earlier on and said that drug dealers, particularly like people who deal marijuana, most of the time, like 90% of the time, get paid less than minimum wage workers. And I was like, wow, that sucks. Doing crime, you don't get even paid for it. But then I thought about, like, well, you rise up, you sell enough of it, you become a distributor, and I'm like, oh my God. Drug dealers are the MLM of crime. It's a giant pyramid scheme. Like you get those messages from, they call them Huns, and it's like, hey girl, or guy, whatever, you should try out this new product. It's only $109. It'll make your skin glow and cure cancer, and make you irresistible to whatever, and like, or you could sell some of it, and then you get all these discounts, and I'm like, well, that's pretty much a drug dealer. Hey, it's just on the flip side of it. Hey bro, got this new strain in. It's only like $50. It's a real mellow high. Or if you're short on cash, I could give you some of it. Maybe you could sell it to other people. You know, get some other people to sell it, and then he becomes a distributor. Now you're working for chump change. You're at the bottom of the pyramid. Do you think like the other like people who do crime, like they make fun of the drug dealers for that? Because in real life we make fun of those people all the time. I can just imagine like, look at Joey over there. I'm here working the docks, he's trying to sell his product. Oh, just give me like 50 G's and I'll sell it back, I promise. He ain't going to sell that. He's just going to smoke himself. He needs to get a real job, like a brute enforcer. So that's why that was really my whole bit. I told you this time is all up, but that was it from me.
So that is workshopping. I love that Seraphin is workshopping during open mic. Also, I'm his dealer, which is super funny to me. Alright, we do have enough time left. Who still wants to go? Raise your hands. I just need a count. So we have 1, 2. Yeah, we're going to be able to get through this. I want to get through everyone. I'm going to start in the back. Come on up. Yeah! May I get a name to introduce you by, my dear? Oop, I'm going to go a little closer so I can hear you. Jesse. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jesse!
Sorry, I need to take the microphone off. I'm a little short. Not as much though. It's okay, I get you. Now, like I said, my name is Jesse. Oh, is this not therapy class? Side point. It's not the punchline. Oh. Okay, so how many of you have gone to high school? Crowley, you're not using your hand. That's wrong. Oh, it's homeschool. So, you know that there's a lot of shenanigans that happen in high school. Most of those, you try not to get caught, and you just blame your friend. So, in high school, I normally hang out with with the seniors. They normally are the ones causing the most problems, because they're getting ready to get out. So, I'd always be the one like coming up with ideas like, hey, you could do this. Just kind of giving them my ideas of something. Hey, that'd be funny, but you know, I'm not involved. Push that blame onto the side. So, in high school, I was in band, and I had the great idea, hey, let's prank the band teacher. Probably not the person that you want to actually prank, because he has a lot more power over you than you think, especially in marching band. So, they decide, hey, we're going to go to his house. We're going to put forks and knives and other stuff in their yard. Now, not only did they put $50 worth of plasticware all over the yard, they also got 13 rolls of saran wrap. And put it all around the car. Band teacher shows up 30 minutes into class and decided, hey, we're not having class today. We're going to have a nice talk. And it's all about car trouble. Needless to say, he got a ride from the other band teacher, and he knew it was the seniors. He saw them outside. A little backstory. In marching band, I played the tuba. I was the short one, about 5 foot. Tuba was probably about the same weight and height as me. So I'm off sitting to the side. He's like, hey, can you go get your tuba? I'm like, sure, okay. Why? I'm gonna need the seniors to go hold those. Not one of them had ever hold a tuba. They'll have the small instruments like, oh, hey, yeah, no, this is so hard to do. Here, let's just, play trumpet. No, so they have to hold it for the entire class. Not only that, we ran out of tubas. There's so many seniors that got in trouble. So what do they do? Oh, hey, can you go get your case too? I'm sorry, my what? Your case. So I go get my case. He has them hold that up too. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in the back just laughing, and they're just holding that while talking about car trouble. And they do that not only for the 30 minutes left of class, he holds them over for 2 more hours. You don't want to mess with a band teacher.
I like that band teacher. See, everybody says, oh, we're going to prank the teacher. What you guys forget is that teacher once was doing pranking him or herself and probably was better at it than you. There's a big tuft of purple fur in here. And
Microphone cubes!
Is that yours, Sarathan? All right, we're very, very low on time. Do we have more hands up here? I seem to recall seeing a hand over there. Yes, I see a hand in the back there. Come on up here. And how shall they introduce you? I'll really try to listen this time.
Kez, K-E-Z-Z.
K-E-Z-Z. I got another easy one. Yay! Let's hear it for Kez.
I got a secret weapon. I'm going to replace this mask with a very different type of mask. Let me see what I got in here. Let me see which one I want to go with. There we go. Thank you very much. That was the Pokemon Set Blues. I'll be here all weekend.
Oh my god, that was awesome! Nicely done!
Hell yeah.
Shocking! I wear a different mask! Oh, music! I believe we had one more left. Who was my last person? Oh, did we get through it? All right. We have our final act up here. How may I introduce you, my friend?
Joey.
Joey?
Joey. That's a long-ass bridge.
I love Joey! Joey is
I love your shirt! The shirt!
What?
Okay, so, I actually come from New York. Probably guessed that by my accent, right? Here's the thing. New York, there's a lot of crazy people. I thought coming to a Furry con to be like, oh, okay, yeah, like crazy people. Well, let me tell you, it's a little different than I expected. Anyway, walking from, how many of you are familiar with New York? New York City, New York City. Yeah! Okay, all right. Yeah, so we're gonna go from Empire State Building, right, to like that park that's right across the, okay, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually know what it is, but anyway. I'm walking down this alley, right? We're gonna call it New Park Avenue or whatever, something like that. And this priest comes out from like an alleyway and he says, listen to me. I'm telling you, you're gonna get pulled down by the devil if you don't listen to what I'm saying. I said, pulled down by the devil? Look at me, I'm like 5'5". Sorry, buddy, it doesn't get much better. So I don't really want anything to sound anything like that. I'm gonna keep walking. So I keep walking, about another block, and this German guy comes out from an alley. It's pretty popular alleys around here. He says, oh, there's an American. Well, you want to buy some of my fancy apparel? So, oh, yeah, sure, what do you got? Well, it turns out he has this hat. I quite like it. Maybe they make it different in Germany. I don't know. Anyway, continue walking down the street, and guy comes out, and he tells me, you know, never seen a city quite like this, let me tell you. Yeah, a city quite like this? Where you from? Well, Georgia. Georgia? He says, yeah. You ever seen a tractor? I said, I've never seen a tractor. It's a weird instrument. Anyway, yeah. It was weird. Turn around and I see a big banner that says New York Fur Con. Like, oh, cool. It's a fur con. Anyway, thank you. That's all I've got.
It's okay. Just pull out a Joey. Two masks. You're from New York. I get it.
No, he's from New York.
Joey from New York. It's Joey catch a lot of dick.
That's it.
Guys, that was an absolute pleasure. So before we end this, I just want to remind you of one thing. If myself or Uncle Kage are at a convention, you should be rest assured that at some point we have put into the programming schedule the open mic. Every single person who got up there, whether you think you got well or you think you need improvement, none of that matters. The best way to practice stand-up is to do it. If we are at a convention, please show up to this panel. Please keep trying, because honestly, that's how I started. I started off doing random stuff like this. This idiot pulled me on the stage. I stole half of his show on accident.
Yes, you did, asshole.
It was an accident. I couldn't see my timer in the front row, literally going, Tommy's gonna murder you.
Get up there, give me 5 minutes of your best material. 15 fucking minutes later, I'm like, dude, I only got an hour for shit's sake. Get off my stage. But I had never regretted it.
You are a gentleman and a scholar. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Open Mic. This is the unincomprehensible Uncle Kage.
And this is the unimpeachable Akira.
One more round of applause for all of you, the entertainers tonight. Everyone who had the fucking balls to get up here, guys, give them a round of applause. This has been Open Mic. Everyone enjoy the convention and good night. All right, let's get drunk.
Silver Gattoman, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gattoman, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gattoman, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.